hopefully by now you should be pretty comfortable with the minor pentatonic scale in all 5 different positions. Hopefully you got a few different licks under your belt now. You know which notes to bend, which ones to slide, how to add in the flat 5 note. Well, today we're going to look at some more licks, but we're going to look at combining some of the shapes together. Now, there are no rules with this. You know, you could be playing in position 1 down here, shoot up to position 1 there, you can jump wherever you want. These are just going to look at some ways that you can fluidly move between the shapes. And once you get to grips with this, hopefully it will help to unlock the fretboard a lot more. Okay, before we get started on this week's licks, I want to talk about an improvisation idea that you can practice to help improve your knowledge of the fretboard and to help you to link up the shapes much more easily. So the idea is that you solo on 1 string. So this will really make you think in a completely different way. Rather than thinking of scales as, you know, up and downs, you have to think of them as left to right as well. And it will help you to really think about which notes are contained within the scale and also which notes are the root notes. And it will open up a whole new world. It will obviously sound a little bit basic and a little bit boring, but it really will help to improve. So just on 1 string. Then try it on other strings. Take the B string, for example. Try that on any string. Then once you get comfortable with that, try it over 2 strings. I won't bother doing an example now, but just pick 2 strings and go between them and move around. Whatever. Just get a backing track either on YouTube or in the next lesson I'll have a backing track available for an example solo that we're going to learn. So you can try it over that once that comes out, but just type in A minor backing track on YouTube and just have a jam over. And hopefully it should help you to unlock the fretboard. Okay, so let's start on some licks then. I'll play the first one through. Okay, so we start from the E string. We'll be in position 5 of the A minor pentatonic scale, and we're going to hammer on from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret. We then come into the A string. We play the 3rd, hammer on to the 5th, and slide up to the 7th. I kind of mix which fingers I use there. It's up to you, whichever you're more comfortable with. Sometimes I'll do it with my little finger, sometimes I'll do it with my 3rd. Doesn't make any difference for this lick. Okay, so once we've got to that point, we're going to play the 5th on the D string and hammer on to the 7th. Then we come to the 5th fret on the G string. Now this lick's all played with 16th notes, so it's 4 per beat. Okay, that's the first section. The next bit, we play 5 to 7 on the D, 5 to 7 on the G, then we slide up to 9. So we're now going into position 2. We've gone from position 5 into position 1, and now we're going up into position 2. So once we've slid up to the 9th on the G, we're then going to hammer on 8 to 10 on the B string, and then play 8 on the E string. We then come to the 10th fret on the E string, and we're going to bend up to the blue note, the flat 5, and back down. And then we pull off to the 8. We then come to the 10th fret on the B string, 10, 8, 10. And that's the whole lick. I'll play it all the way through. One more time. little bit faster. Okay, for this next lick, we're going to start off in position 2. We're going to move down to 1 and into 5. So I'll play it all the way through. Okay, so this is played using 16th notes again. It's 4 notes per beat. Now what we do is we're coming in before beat 1. We're actually coming in on the and of 4. So when you're counting this, you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's when you're in. So I'll just show you that bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a little lead in thing. So beat 1 is on the 9th there. So the first lick, or the first few notes, it goes 7, 8, 9, hammering on the G string. Obviously we've got that blue note in there again, the flat 5. So these two, that happens on 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that is on 1. Once we've done that, we're going to come back down with 9, 8, 7, all pulled off. I then slide my first finger down to the 5th fret. And from there, we're going to come to the 7th fret on the D string. We pull off to 5 and then back onto 7. 3, 4. Okay, then we're going to go back up to the 5th fret on the G string. We then play 7 on the D, pull off to 5. Then onto the A string, we go 7, 6, 5, and then slide down to 3. Then we end on the A note, 5th fret, E string. Okay, I'll play the lick all the way through. Okay, this next lick, we're going to start in position 3, we're going to move into 4, up into 5, and then into the octave of position 1 up here. I'll play it all the way through. Okay, we start this lick in position 3 on the 10th fret A string. We hammer on 10 to 12. We then do exactly the same thing on the D string. From there, we're going to slide up into position 4, up to the 14th fret. Then on the G string, we're going to go 12, hammer on to 14, and then slide up to 17. So we're now heading into position 5. I'll play it all the way through so far. Okay, from there we're going to play 15 to 17, hammer it on the B string. And we do exactly the same on the E string. From there, we're then going to slide up 3 frets to the 20th. So we're now in position 1, the octave higher of that one. I'll play that little bit through. We then pull off to the 17, 20 on the B, pull off to 17, And then we're going to finish off with a bend up to the root note. 20, we'll be going to the 22nd. I'll play the lick all the way through slowly. And one more time. And back up to speed. This next lick is going to go from position 5 into position 4 into position 3. I'll play it all the way through. Okay, we start from the 17th fret. We're just going to do a little slide up. You can start around the 12th fret, somewhere like that, 15th if you want. It's just like a little grace note into that A note there. We then play with our first finger the 12th fret on the E string. Then going to slide up to the 15th, same way that we did on that first note. And then play 13th on the B. Put that together. We're then going to do a bend and release. So I start off on the 15th fret on the B string. I then pull off to the 13th, obviously on the same string. I then play 14th on the G, and I come back onto the B string, and I'm going to play 13 to 15 hammered on. So the first half of the lick. Okay, the second half. We come down into position 3. I hammer on 10 to 13 on the B string. I then come onto the E string and play 10, 11, 12, all hammered on. Got that blue note in there again. And once I go to the 12th fret, I'm going to slide straight up to the 15th. And then slide back down. And pull all those notes back off. So we go 10, 11, 12, slide up to 15, slide back down, pull off to 11, pull off to 10. Then we come to the B string, we pull off 13 to 10, we go to the 12th on the G, and then finish on the A note, 10th fret, B string. I'll play the lick all the way through. Okay guys, I hope you have some fun with those and it's given you some ideas of how you can link the shapes together. As always, you don't have to take my licks exactly as they're written. Play around with them, take some parts away, try to make it your own. It's much better to do that and to come up with your own vocabulary. I'm just trying to give you just a few ideas, just a few like demonstrations really. None of these licks are like the world's best licks, that's not the purpose. It's just to show you some ways that you can move between, some notes you can bend, where you can put in the flat 5 notes, some sliding things, and how you can link the different shapes up. Have a go at some of your own stuff. Do practice the single string solo in idea, also the 2-string solo in idea, because that really will help you to unlock the fretboard. It can be a bit boring at first, can sound a bit robotic, but you'll just start to see where the different notes are and everything will start to make sense, that when you're actually just soloing, you'll be a lot more fluid and a lot more free around the fretboard. Have fun and I'll see you next time when we're going to look at the 12-bar blues and how to play to the changes.